Virgo. Virgo is the earth mutable sign, just like other earth sign like a Capricorn or Taurus. So earth sign, they are here to learn something to do with material and tangible things. They're here also to make things in a more tangible and material way. They want solid results. People with strong earth energy, earth elements in their horoscope, they're equipped to adopt things on the planet Earth. They can cope with the reality better. It's not like Earth can make you the happiest, because if you have the spiritual needs, then Earth signs will definitely focusing on something else. It's more like tangible and earthy manifestation, but it would definitely make you more grounded on this planet Earth. And what's mutable signs? Mutable signs, we have cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Cardinal is to initiate things, to start something new. Fixed sign is the ability to maintain something. The nature of mutable sign is to improve. So basically they take apart of things and then put them back together, but they make them more adaptable and also maybe more useful. So they improve things. They don't want to like just cardinal sign to start something new. They just want to build upon and improve something. And mutable sign is a little bit fickle, because usually mutable sign is the last month of every season. Like Virgo is the last season of summer. When it's the last month of the season, if it's Virgo, September, we can still sometimes feel hot. Sometimes it feels a little bit chilly. So mutable energy go between like cardinal and fixed sign. Sometimes you can feel those people are a little bit fickle, and that is because the mutable modality influences them. The ultimate goal of Virgo and also the mutable energy is improvements. For Virgo, particularly, it's self-improvement and also to improve other people's life. The key words for Virgo are like productive, useful, and productive in a practical manner. It's earth sign, so everything has to be tangible, material. They don't want like wishy-washy ideas, but they want something like they can control, and also it's tangible. And they always want to help to improve the situation, because that's their nature. The lower manifestation of Virgo is nitpicking, fault finding, and being very critical on themselves and also on other people. They always want to improve things, so they start with themselves. They look for mistakes about them, so constantly they criticize themselves. The habits roots inside their subconscious mind, so when they are with other people, they also use that mechanism to treat other people. So they can be really critical on other people as well, but they may not be aware of that. If you have a meditation habits, other practices, and then that can help you to tap into your deepest psyche. That can also help you to change your behavior patterns and your thought process, and also to sharpen your sensitivity and to be aware when you do that, when you're criticizing on others or just seeing faults on others. Otherwise, it's very difficult to be with, to be honest, because Virgo, together with other signs like Capricorn, their path in life are more difficult in this incarnation. The early life for Virgo can be quite tough, because they have this habits finding faults in themselves. So constantly, because all they can see is mistakes and also the imbalance in themselves. So they don't have enough self-confidence, self-worth, and they may have a lot of doubts in themselves. Just like a Capricorn. Capricorn also has a lot of doubts, but the doubts is more different, because Capricorn usually they have more authority figures in their lives and telling them they are not good enough and the life is hard, they need to work harder, things like that. But for Virgo, it's more like this is coming from the inside, because they constantly finding faults in themselves. They want to improve. They want to be a better person. Nothing wrong with that. It's just the way they do it is very intense. So this self-critique is really hard. They feel insecure and not good enough to meet their standards, because their standards could be really high, and because they're constantly seeking for improvement. So there's no end goal. They just want to improve, and then improve. So that's why Virgo is also known for perfectionists. If you have more planets in Virgo, or if you have a lot of planets in the 6th house, then you have a lot of Virgo energy. But particularly Virgo rising, this is the path that you chose to walk on. Your life will be colored with Virgo, but with age, Virgo will eventually realize actually nitpicking is one of their greatest strength, because being able to see the details, to see what's working and what's not working, and be able to improve them or fix them, and also in order to help the lives of other people, they can transform these nitpicking habits into service to the world, to help the conditions and situations that are out of balance. Their satisfaction comes from helping other people and to fix problems. There are a lot of astrologers I see, they are Virgo rising, because like Western astrology is more like talking about from the psychological point of view, but Virgo rising teachers, astrologers, they think this is too wishy-washy. We want something on this planet Earth and then to improve our lives, to see some practical results. So a lot of like good astrologers, they are Virgo rising, because they can spot the problems and they want to fix the problems for you, to give you practical advice. The nitpicking, fault finding, and also not feeling good enough, yes, those are not the good traits. But the thing is, when they evolve, they can realize this is like the greatest strength they have, and they can also use these traits to help people. And Virgo is a very mental sign because it's ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules two signs. One is Gemini, the other one is Virgo. In Vedic astrology, Mercury is exalted in Virgo. That means Mercury can express itself through Virgo's traits. Like Gemini, they gather information, every information. They just gather information for the sake of it. Through Virgo, they process it, decipher, dissects the information and choose the most practical one. So that's why Virgo is like big database. They read and then they process it and then choose the practical ones in their mind. And when you have the questions, you ask them, they give you the very practical one and suits your conditions. So Virgo and Pisces, these two signs, they are like natural healers. For Virgo, because they have this knowledge, the database, and they can diagnose very well. But for Pisces, it's a different story, because Pisces is more like on an intuitive level, because everyone might be having the same symptoms. Virgo using the database to diagnose, but Pisces use their intuition to give different treatment for the same conditions. So Virgo being the previous sign of Libra. What is Libra? Libra rules balance, agreements, deals, relationships, making connection with others. And being the previous sign, that means it's 12 away from Libra. What does that mean? 12 signs away from that sign, from Libra, is a dissolution of something. So since Libra represents balance, harmony, agreements, deals, and making contracts, trading, and dissolution of all that things, that makes Virgo rules disagreements, conflicts, arguments, disputes, imbalance, like enemies, court cases, divorces, state of arguments, state of wars, state of conflicts, battles with your enemies, enemies of your health, because Virgo also rules health, like germs, bacteria, they're your enemies. And Virgo also rules your competitor. And Virgo also rules the people who are poorer, and also the people who are sick, orphanage, and people who are underprivileged, underdog, victims, abuse, divorce, poverty. So yes, all those imbalanced situations that are ruled by Virgo. Strong Virgo, like if you're Virgo rising, sun, moon, or you have a lot of planets in Virgo or in the 6th house, that makes you a very strong Virgo person. You'll find yourself often in the situations of conflicts or arguments, or situations or environments of imbalance. And that is because your soul, your destiny, is for you to be in those situations, to find fault, to improve the situation for yourself and also for others. So that would be the ultimate goal. So instead of just looking at the mistakes, feeling sorry for yourself, why are you always walking into situations of conflicts, arguments, or everything is not working? That is because the universe wants you to, your soul mission is to conquer that, to find the balance within the imbalance, within the trouble situations. And once you've done that, you become experts of something. And then you can help people to improve situations like that. Or people have health issues, and you can also help people to do that. Virgo is also the energy that you have to work hard in order to sustain something, like sustain your routine, sustain your health, sustain your work. So that's why Virgo rules work, the working class, the employees, and also debt. So Virgo rising or strong Virgo, you can also find yourself in debt because you have to work hard as an employee in order to improve that situation. And the higher manifestation of Virgo is once they go through situations of being dead or situations of disagreements, situations of like mental health or physical health issues, or maybe sometimes even if it's extreme cases, even poverty, like extreme sickness, illness. So once they experience those sufferings, they can develop this ability to help other people, like saving animals. Virgo also rules small animals. Animals, they are usually underprivileged because they can't speak, they can't communicate with humankind. That's why their voice is not heard. And sometimes human beings are not very nice to animals. So Virgo rules the underprivileged, the underdog. So that's why Virgo, they are also here to help those people they cannot voice for themselves, even animals, like small animals. For Virgo, they can also be very good at in the medical field, like a nurse or vet or doctors. Those jobs, they are here to spot the imbalance and the mistakes and trying to fix them. So the higher manifestation of Virgo is to go through those situations, find practical solutions. And Virgo is about perfecting the skills, so that's why they're perfectionists. Maybe they will not be perfect in the end, but on the journey of looking for solutions and overcoming those difficulties, trying to be perfect, they become some kind of experts of something. So maybe they can become experts of nutrition. They can become the best social workers because they care for people who are lower social ranking than us. Lawyers, because they can also spot the mistakes. They can do well in the imbalance situation, try to solve the situation and to bring balance to the imbalance. Virgo rules health. So people might think Virgo is like a health freak. But because also Virgo is a very mental sign. Remember, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. They worry a lot. They think a lot. So when they think a lot, when they're in their head, sometimes they will use some substance or they drink a lot, or they do something unhealthy in order to distract the mind. So that's why sometimes Virgo rising or strong Virgo people, they can go through periods of life, their health is actually imbalanced. And that is also part of the learning curve. Once they've done that experience, they can also use their experiences to teach and also to share with other people, to help other people's life. Interestingly enough, Virgo rules the gut, the gastrointestinal system. If you read the medical article, it says actually 75% of the disease comes from the gut. So if you have a happy gut, you have a happy body. Like microbiome, they all live in the guts. So for Virgo rising and also strong Virgo people, you have to take care of your guts, the digestive system. Eating purer food, maybe semi-fasting is good, like an intermittent fasting. Cleansing is very good for Virgo rising or strong Virgo. If anyone needs to be a vegetarian, it should be Virgo because they need to cut back on toxins. The toxins might damage their system. No meat, because meat and eggs, they can create a lot of bad bacteria in your gut, in your digestive system. So for Virgo rising and strong Virgo people, they need to pay attention to their diet. Purer diets is better. Purer food, purer water. Very sensitive Virgo, they can taste the water that it tastes different. Some water tastes sweeter and some water tastes like there's a chemical inside. Virgo rising and strong Virgo, they need to remove themselves from toxins because Virgo is a very natural sign. So the more you are close to natural environments, or you can live in the nature, or your products, the things you eat, they are more natural, it's better for your health and also for your energy. Virgo's mission is firstly to improve themselves, to purify themselves, so they can improve and also purify other people and also the system. That's why strong Virgo or Virgo rising people, they can experience health situations and they develop this interest in finding the information and the cures in order to help themselves. Suddenly they become the experts of that area, and then they can use that expertise to help more people. And Virgo, like I said, because it's ruled by Mercury, so it's a very mental sign. Virgo particularly, they are very good. They need facts. They need things that make sense. They are really good at rational science. Medical field is also very good for them. They can be good at organizing systems, systemizing things, detail planning, and they can also have very good at administrative skills. They can also be in the position that requires a lot of attention to detail, to analyze, to dissect information or data, or whatever career that is involved fault finding, like financial auditors, they are also finding the faults. They can also have the ability with inventories. Virgo rising or strong Virgo people, usually they have a lot of knowledge because it's to do with the Mercury. Sooner or later, they can become some kind of experts of something. So don't be discouraged because you constantly fault finding in yourself, have lower self-esteem, lower self-worth, and not confident enough. But with age, these self-doubts, the very harsh inner voice will improve. Having said that, the worst enemy of Virgo is the mind. So how do you stop worrying and how do you let go of the mind? You can actually transform this energy into service, into serving other people, serving the society, helping the system, helping organization to improve, to be something better. So that was everything about Virgo. I hope that you can have a better understanding about Virgo rising or strong Virgo people. Sat Nam.